Hello and welcome to my Premier League predictions for the 2020-2021 season. I've been making the scores of every game, of about everything in the Premier League, and this is what I came up with. Let's start the video. So the bottom place team has only got one win, but a lot of draws. So 18 points. I'm pretty sure that won't happen. But it's West Bromwich Albion in the first relegation spot. They're a good team. They can defend very well, but I don't think they're good enough for the Premier League. Next comes Fulham with 5 wins, 5 draws, 28 defeats, but still got more points than West Brom. They did well at the start, but then they did badly. Yeah. They did in my predictions. Now let's go with Brighton. Brighton have got 22 points. They're gonna do well, but they are going to concede too many goals, and I think they will go down with Fulham and West Brom. Now Aston Villa are gonna get saved by the skin of their teeth, because they're gonna have a slightly easier run in the last games than Fulham and Brighton. So it went down to the wire with Aston Villa, Brighton, and Fulham. West Ham, I have predicted them to be 16th in the division, which is good for them. It's a step down, I think, from last year, or equal. I think they're not going to do that well, but we'll have to see. They're just a team you cannot predict really what will happen. Next, Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace will draw a lot and they'll win a few games, but yeah, 15th place, not much to talk about there. Burnley and Sheffield United. Sheffield United are going to take a huge leap down, because second season syndrome, second season syndrome, because they're going to do well, but not as well as last year. And Burnley are also going to do well, but they just need to. It's a very defensive team, so I think they won't mind. They won't mind me putting them 14th. Now Southampton, I'm putting a place down, because yesterday Newcastle and a few more good teams have bettered their team. But you can see the difference between Southampton and Sheffield United, a 13-point gap, which is massive. But that's just the difference between teams, in my opinion. Southampton will have a good season, but too many losses and not a horrendous goal difference. Now Leeds, newly promoted Leeds, are going. Let's start with Leicester, who finished 11th. I think they're not gonna have a great season this year. I don't think they're gonna have a great season this year, and yeah, they're not gonna do well. Well, 50 points is good. It's a very big, high-scoring season, high-scoring team from Southampton. Now let's go for Leeds. P10 the season. I'm predicting them to have a great season with they've got great players. I mean, the signing of Rodrigo is gonna help them so much in the season. Yeah. Next, Newcastle and Arsenal. Yes, I am predicting Arsenal not to get many. I am predicting Arsenal to get eighth place, like last season. But that's just because so many teams are going to have good players. And Newcastle in ninth place. They have a very good team. They took Fraser and what's his name, and Wilson from Bournemouth, and a few good players. I think if Allan Maximin can do what he did last year with a bit more quality next to him with Fraser and Wilson and a great defensive line, I think they can do bits. I really have huge expectations for them. Now, P6, P5, P6 and P7. This will surprise you, maybe a few of you. Wolverhampton Wanderers P7 again. Depends on what happens. They will get Europe or not. I don't know. I'm not gonna do a Carabao Cup or a FA Cup predictions. So we'll see what happens. But Wolves, I'm predicting to have a great season. Even though they sold Doherty, they bought in Martial for not much money from Lyon, the defender, not Martial from Man United. Next, Everton, they've got a cracking squad. I really believe they have one of the best squads in the division. That's why I'm predicting them to get Europe, automatic Europe, with 70 points. Which is very good for a midfield team, and their money will be well spent for the first time in a while. And Tottenham are gonna have a mediocre season with 72 points. Not much to talk about them. They just don't have a team like Manchester City or Manchester United or any of the top four like Chelsea or Liverpool. Now onto the top four. I am not gonna reveal the top two. Chelsea. Let's start with Chelsea. 83 points. Great season for them, I think. But I think they might be slightly inconsistent with City and